going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So today we're going to be reacting to Bleacher Report's grading the biggest trades of the NBA offseason so far article that was made by Grant Hughes on November 24th. So it actually came out today, and we're going to be reacting to it. There has been some big trades in this offseason in Jrue Holiday terms, in Chris Paul terms, a couple four-teamers, some draft night trades. So we'll just get into it. Like always, I will leave a link to the article in the description below. So I also, for yesterday's draft grade video, the mic ended up getting messed up and the lighting, so I just took it down. If you guys really want to see me like re-upload a new version of that, let me know in the comments below. So the first trade is the massive four-team swap. Yeah, we'll get into all this. So the Bucks got Jrue Holiday and Sam Merrill, the 60th pick in the draft, Mr. Irrelevant for this year. Pelicans got Steven Adams, who they gave an extension to, Eric Bledsoe, an unprotected first-round pick in 2025 and 2027 from Milwaukee, and a first-round pick swap in 2024 and 2026. So from 2024 to 2027, the Bucks better be good, or it is not going to look well for them. The Thunder received George Hill, Kenrich Williams, which is actually a sneaky pickup. I did not know that they gave up Kenrich Williams. I don't agree with that on Noah's part. Josh Gray, Zylan Cheatham, Darius Miller, 2023 first-round pick, lottery protected via Denver. That is from the RJ Hampton deal. 2023 second-round pick via Charlotte, and 2024 second-round pick via Washington, and Denver gets RJ Hampton. So he gives this a B for the Bucks. If I had to give this a grade for the Bucks, I do think obviously they gave a lot for Jrue Holiday, but it's mainly to keep Giannis to stay, which is the main thing. Who cares if you gave up a lot as long as you're getting one of the best players in the NBA to stay on your team? I would give it a B+. I would give it a B+. I know you gave up a lot, but if Giannis signs a Supermax, then it does not matter in the slightest. So he gives it a B. Pelicans get a B+. I do like the Pelicans out of this. They get a good haul for Jrue Holiday, and then they pick up a good center in Steven Adams, and they use that to give a first-round pick that they got in the RJ Hampton deal, just to give it to OKC. So I thought it was a pretty solid trade for the Pelicans. I'd honestly give it an A-. You get a good starting center for next year that's going to help you compete for the playoffs. You get 2 first-round picks, unprotected, and 2 pick swaps. I give that an A+ probably for New Orleans. He gives it an A for OKC. I mean, yeah, you get off Steven Adams and you get a protected, or you get a first-round pick lottery from Denver that Denver gave New Orleans for RJ Hampton. I mean, I guess getting a lottery protected first, which will probably convey because Denver should be good in 2023, or you will get the pick. It'll probably, yeah, it'll obviously be from pick 15 to pick 30 because Denver should be good, or a playoff team at least in 2023. And you're getting that for Steven Adams, who is an expiring contract. He might let walk anyway. Yeah, I'd give it an A. I'm cool with that. And I like Kenrich Williams as a pickup for them. And you get 2 second-round picks, one that could be high. Actually, both of these could be high in 2023 and 2024. And then for Denver, he gives it an A-. I mean, giving up a protected first-round pick for RJ Hampton, who went in the late 20s, is risky. I would have made it maybe top 20 protected. I don't know if I would have gave it an A-. I think maybe a B or a B+. I'm just not a huge RJ Hampton guy to begin with, so that's why I wouldn't give it as big of as a grade. Chris Paul joins the Phoenix Suns. Weirdly, last night I had a dream that the Bulls traded for Chris Paul from the Suns for salary relief because of Robert Sarver just wanting to clear cap, and it was kind of funny. But then I woke up and I was like, okay, that's not real. But okay, so yeah, obviously the Suns received Chris Paul and Abdel Nader, and the Thunder received Kelly Oubre, Ricky Rubio, Ty Jerome, Jalen McHugh, who I believe is now a part of the Pacers, and then a 2022 first-round pick, which I think is protected. I believe it's like top 3 or something protected, and there's some type of protection on it. He gives a B+ for the Suns. I do like this trade for Phoenix. I think getting Chris Paul is a massive upgrade over Ricky Rubio. I mean, giving up Kelly Oubre sucked, but it's pretty much the only thing you can do to make the money work. And you had to give up Ty Jerome, who was a first-round pick in 2019, Jalen McHugh, who might have some promise to him, and a 2022 first-round pick. It might have been a lot. Obviously, they wouldn't have had to give up Kelly Oubre if they had another salary filler in there, like a Tyler Johnson, if he was still making $19 million or something to make the money work if they had a bad contract. But B+, I think is fine. I think Chris Paul should help them compete for the 8th seed, because it's tough, because next year, you're going to have probably 7 guaranteed locks if no other big moves happen. Both LA teams, Denver, Golden State will probably make the playoffs. So that's 5. You have Dallas, you have probably Utah, and then Houston. So that's 8 teams right there. So you're going to need one of those teams to fall out. Could it be a Golden State? Could it be a Utah? Could it be a Houston? Maybe. And then you're going to have how many teams trying to make the playoffs? The Suns, the Pelicans, the Grizzlies, the Blazers. Oh my God, yeah. It's going to be tough next year. It's going to be tough next year in the Western Conference to make the playoffs. So the Grizzlies, I don't know if I mentioned them, the Kings as well. The Timberwolves are trying to compete. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I like the move for the Suns. Hopefully they can make it to the playoffs next year. And then the Thunder is an A. Yeah, you're getting a future first-round pick for somebody who had one of the worst contracts in the league, who you got 2 first-round picks to take his contract on, and you gave away Russell Westbrook for him. You got 1 first-round pick, 2 young players in Jerome and McHugh, but they traded McHugh. You traded away Ricky Rubio to move up on draft night to take Bukazevsky, which is, I like that. And you traded Kelly Oubre for a top 20 first-round pick from the Warriors next year. Yeah, that was a phenomenal trade. Deals from the Thunder. They love their first-round picks, man. Hey, they killed it. They killed it. I would give it an A as well. Kelly Oubre going to the Warriors, speaking of that top 20 first-round pick. Otherwise, it conveys the 2 future seconds, which is kind of huge, because if the Warriors finish as like the 7th seed or the 8th seed, they're going to be able to keep that first-round pick. And then you're getting 2 seconds for Kelly Oubre. Maybe you'd rather have just kept Kelly Oubre. So maybe the Warriors are hoping they end up as like the 19th or the 20th pick, and then they get to keep it. That would be kind of huge for them. But I really like the trade for the Warriors. I think it's what you're trying to do. Like, Steph's obviously getting older. Same with Draymond, and Clay obviously is hurt. So they're still trying to maybe make a run for a championship with a lineup of Curry, Wiggins, Oubre, Draymond, and Wiseman with like Pascal off the bench. I mean, I don't think that's a championship team, but I like them that they didn't give up on the year. Like, because last year they kind of gave up. Clay was hurt. Steph got hurt in Game 3. But, like, this year, they're at least going to try to make the playoffs again and try to win it all. Obviously, they have the second pick, James Wiseman. We'll see how he does right away. But I don't mind the trade for the Warriors. I think I would give it a B+, especially since that conveys to 2 seconds. I think it's a low-risk, high-reward trade. And for the Thunder, I'd probably give it an A. Yeah, I'm hoping, well, at least for the Thunder's sake, you're hoping that it conveys and you get the, or it doesn't convey, and you get the 20 to 30 picks. So you could pick 21 or 25. You would take that rather than getting 2 future second-round picks. So I'd give it an A, probably, rather than an A-. Josh Richardson to the Mavs. Seth Curry to the Sixers. I like this trade for both teams, actually, because Philly gets shooting. They don't really need that much defense because they get defense out of Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Joel Embiid. Like, they have good defensive players, so, like, they're not going to miss Richardson that much, and they desperately needed shooting, as their best 3-point shooter was what? And they also have Danny Green on the defensive end, excuse me. I'm sure that trade we'll get to in a second. But yeah, and they desperately need shooting because their best shooter last year was what? Furkan Korkmaz, Shake Milton, Tobias Harris. They could have used an upgrade, and they get one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. And then for Dallas, they could have taken a step back on shooting, yes. So they get Josh Richardson and 36, as they have pretty solid shooters in Kristaps, Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, a bunch of guys that can hit the 3-ball. They also picked up Tyrell Terry and Josh Green in the draft. They had a nice 3-and-D potential wing in Tyler Bay, and they get a good defensive player in Josh Richardson who can help Luka Doncic on the defensive side of the ball, who's also still a solid shooter. Josh Richardson isn't a liability in the 3-point end. He's a good shooter out there as well. So I'd give this honestly an A for both teams. I'm a fan of this trade for both sides. So yeah, I think this is a win-win trade. I do. You might think that Dallas maybe got more because they got Tyler Bay, a 36 pick out of it, but Richardson is technically an expiring. He has a $10 million, $11 million, $12 million player option next year. He's probably going to opt out of that, as Curry's under contract for, I believe, 3 more years. So yeah, maybe you think Philly won because they have more security there, but then hey, I think it's a win-win. I'd give it both A's, honestly. So the Sixers Al Horford dump is next. So Thunder get Danny Green, which is huge. Terrence Ferguson. Sixers receive Theo Maledon, who was the 34th pick. 2025 protected first-round pick, which I believe is top 3 to top 4. And Al Horford and the rights to that dude. So, honestly, for the Thunder, or for the Sixers, I'd give this an A-. Daryl Morey only taking 1 first-round pick. 1 first-round pick to get off the Al Horford contract, I think is an A+ for me. And as long as they haven't Embiid and Simmons in 2025, which is, what, 4 seasons from now, Simmons will still be in his 20s, Embiid will be in his early 30s. They should still be a respectable team in the Eastern Conference. So I think that is a good trade for the 76ers to only give up 1 first-round pick, no, 1 first-round pick to get off Al Horford's contract. I thought it would take 2. And then I thought they would have to give up pick 21 as well, or like if they were going to go like the Buddy Hield route. And then the Thunder, I like this trade as well. I mean, it sucks to have Al Horford for 3 years. It's just not going to do much for you. I don't think they'll be able to move him even when he's expiring, since he's making he's making around $30 million a year. But they end up Theo Maledon out of this, which I like. He's a project player. They're going to be a project team, and they get a future first-round pick down the line. They can't get enough of those, right? So I'd honestly give like an A- to Philly, and then just a B+ for OKC probably. He gave this, yeah, an A- to Philly. Look at that. And then, so the Blazers add Covington, which I think is an A+ of a deal. So the Blazers got Robert Covington, and the Rockets receive Ariza 16 and a heavily protected 2021 first-round pick. I actually don't know the protection off the top of my head. But for the Portland Trail Blazers, hey, you were going to take possibly maybe Saddiq Bey at 16. Yeah, I'd rather have Robert Covington than Saddiq Bey. I'd give this an A+ for Portland. As for Houston, if they used that 16th pick, I would have been like, okay, this is a B for me. You're trading your third best player, but hey, maybe you could have drafted somebody cheaper. You're not going to have to pay for another 4 years. Okay, and you're going to maybe a good first-round pick in 2021. That could be in the 20s. But no, they ended up trading the 16th pick to Detroit for a future pick, which is protected, heavily protected, and with just basically to clear money. Yeah, just to get off the Ariza salary. The dumbest thing ever. I wish the Knicks hopped in on that. He gives I would give that like this trade for, I would give it a D for Houston. He gives it an A-. I'd give it an A+. Like Portland should make the playoffs next year. They got a lot better this offseason, and then Houston gets a B. I mean, I guess, okay, it played part in the Christian Wood sign and trade, sure. All right, maybe D was harsh. Okay, I'll give it a C+. I just think Tillman Fertitta is just way too cheap. You could have still did the Christian Wood signing without giving up Ariza probably, or giving up the 16th pick, honestly. So, and then the final one is Lakers swap Danny Green for Dennis Schroeder. He gives us a C- for the Lakers. Okay, I wouldn't give it a C-. I'd probably give it a B. A B. Yeah, like you're losing probably your best spot-up shooter, which is great for LeBron, and who knows if Schroeder's efficiency is going to continue in LA. And they also gave up pick 28. The Lakers as well, that the Thunder used to, I believe, move up in the draft. And then I think at 28, the Timberwolves took Jaden McDaniels. So I like this trade for the Thunder. I think it ended up working out as they were able to flip Danny Green to get a future in the Al Horford deal to get a future first-round pick and Theo Maledon. So I'd probably give it a B for the Lakers and like a B+ for the Thunder. Yeah, as Schroeder was an expiring contract anyway, and who knows if he was going to come back. But yeah, that is going to be it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know if you did by dropping a thumbs up. Like I said, I will leave a link to the article in the description below. Thank you all for watching. Love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.